Okay. What's up, guys? This is KJH, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 newbie mid to low level Fox habits that I see lower level Fox players have. Not to say that I do not have these habits as well. I still catch myself doing this stuff like to this day, but it's like so much more apparent at the lower and mid level. And I think they're honestly habits that aren't talked about. Like usually when you think of like bad low level Fox habits, it's like, oh, you try and spot that shine every time. Oh, you tech and play shine. Oh, you always tech roll in right here. You always do this nair into the corner, stuff like that. These things, like, they're pretty big, and whenever I talk to other Fox players, like lower mid-level Fox players, they never even notice the stuff when I tell them that they're doing it. Okay, so the first one on the list is the double down. That's what I like to call it. And double down is when Fox, like, when you miss a move and you do another one right after. Or you do something stationary right after. Like, if you miss this nair, you're going to shine, like, after. Or if you miss this falling up air, you're going to up tilt. Or this back air, you're going to up tilt. Again, really good, like, mix-up, but the purpose of a mix-up is to do something else, right? So, a way to, like, try and alter this habit is to make sure you're looking at your opponent the entire time. So it's like when you're looking at your opponent, you can like, you should be sure when this nair hits. You're like, oh, this nair hits, yes, I can shine. Oh, I'm a little too, I'm not spaced properly, this nair is probably gonna miss. Maybe I should nair and dash back. So these are the mix-ups you can apply if you don't want to like double down is like falling aerial, full hop again, falling aerial, dash back, falling aerial, dash in, falling aerial shield, miss nair dash back, same thing. Like, but you have to apply these mix-ups, and once you start applying these mix-ups, then like your double downs are going to be better because your opponent's waiting for something else. That's just how like mix-ups work, pretty much. So yeah, double down is like, it's honestly a big one, and it's like one of the main things I look for when I play like lower level Foxes. Is I'll like, if like I'm filling them out in the beginning of the match, and I'll play super far away from them, and to make sure that they whiff a move. And if they whiff the move, I keep dash dancing. And like, I think they're going to double down. They do it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Easy grab. And then it's like, that's how the set's going to go. Because it's like you have that habit. So that's habit number 1. Habit number 2 is so important. Oh my goodness. Because this is probably my worst habit that I still do. It's called Falco Syndrome. And I call it Falco Syndrome because I know for a fact every Fox player that's watching this has done this at least once where, let's put it in debug mode, where you have someone cornered and you don't want to continue to pressure, so you do this. This is 100% a Falco laser, and it accomplishes absolutely nothing as Fox. This is like what happens when you try and go for this Falco laser, and when you get hit going for this laser, it's just like, why did I laser? Think about it. It's 3%. First of all, you're giving up space to laser, and you're trapping yourself in what, like how many frames? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just forever. Like you're just trapping yourself in these frames for like for 3% pretty much. So it's like an alternative you can do is, instead of if you still want to jump, you can jump, but you can just not laser. Like, look at this. If we go back in the recording, you give yourself an out. If you notice Mark dash attacking when you're jumping, you can input a jump. You're like, oh, I can actually just avoid that, and then maybe even whiff punish, like so. So like this one's super obvious, but it's just like this laser, I want to cut it out of my game because it is like, I don't even think this is a good mix-up. This is like the only one out of like these 5 things we're going to go over that's not actually a mix-up and you just shouldn't do, in my opinion. It's just the risk-reward just isn't worth it. Almost against any character. Maybe like Peach and Puff. It might be okay to give up some space to like go laser, but a lot of times it's better to just use your movement to get the space and then laser, right? Like I still do this, like even versus Duck, I have him cornered. I'm like, dude, I really don't want to get like CC down smash. Let me like just get out of the corner. Let me laser like while I'm on my way getting out of the corner. He like double wave dashes in and down tilts me or applies pressure, and it's like, dude, if I just like moved, then I just be like so much safer. I still have access to my double jump and all this stuff. So yeah, that one needs to change. I think like if you have Falco syndrome, get help, because I do. I was a Falco player before, so that's why I have it. Next one, so full hop Nair. Again, this is a really, really good mix-up, and I don't want to discourage people from going for this. The only one I want to discourage people from going for is the Falco Laser. It's really bad. I promise you. But full hop Nair is something that I see a lot when I'm watching, like, low-level foxes against, like, floaties. This is more of a, like, a floaty habit. Against fast fallers, it's more like a dash attack spam or something like that. But it's usually like they just fish for this kill with this full hop Nair. And also, a lot of times foxes do this full hop Nair out of the corner. And it's like this full hop Nair out of the corner, I cannot tell you how easy it is to react to. Like, any like high level player is most likely not going to get hit by this. You have like 5 years to react to this. And I see this Nair like a lot. I call it the corner kid Nair, because you're like trying to leave the corner and just get like this free weak Nair up smash. And it's like, I get why people do it, because it leads to an extremely easy kill confirm. But you have to have mix-ups. So like, again, we're not going to try and eliminate this habit. We're going to try and like alter it. So some mix-ups you can do is you can full hop. It's a little hard on this stage, but you can full hop, drift back. You can just threaten a full hop. Because usually you can't tell where Fox is going to go when he full hops. Because his aerial drift is really good. So when you full hop, you can just pull back right there. And you still like force Marth or whatever character to dash back to respect this full hop Nair. So you can full hop, drift back, and then you can go in. Or something like that. You can full hop, wave land in. You can full hop late Nair, which is really good. You can full hop, wave land back. I can't do it for whatever reason. Okay, whatever. You guys get it. But you can full hop double jump. Like, you just have to always be like looking at your opponent and being aware of like what their options are. Like if you don't Nair immediately, you give yourself more time to react. Like if I say for instance, if I full hop in and I see him like move away, then it's like, oh, like there's no point of actually doing a Nair right here. So I should pull back. Like, I was just testing the water. I was like throwing the fishing rod in the water and didn't catch anything, so I just want to dip back. But it's just like whenever you have your floaty player at kill percent, like be conscious of how to mix up this full hop Nair. Full hop Nair is still extremely good. This is one of the best combos like in the game, weak Nair up smash. But just be aware of like your mix ups with it. Okay, next one, run off aerial. Okay, so I don't know why we have this habit. It can't just be me, because I've seen other foxes do it and I can't tell you why. But, so, just, this one's simple. It's just, fox players will run off the side platform and do something like this. And it's just like, I don't know why. Because I think it's really bad. And it's usually reverse back air. Reverse back air is, like, really not that great for doing this at all. But this is, like, so... This is so bad. Well, like, obviously, it's like really bad if you do it over and over again. But this is like one of the things where it's like it's almost not that safe to go for, unless like your opponent's like right under. But still, like when your opponent has center stage, fox players need to stop doing like this runoff Nair, this runoff back air or Nair, whatever. Again, like pretty similar to the full hop, you have the same like mix-ups. You can run off waveland back. This is super duper good for people that try and like always pivot grab you or whiff punish your landing. I think this is probably the best thing to go for, because this forces the mix-up where your runoff aerial can be good. The only way like you can get called out for this is if your opponent is okay with getting hit by the runoff weak back air or the runoff Nair or whatever. A lot of times they aren't. So this is like a safe one to like get on the ground and also potentially get a whiff out of your opponent, like a whiff grab or something like that. Wave landing forward can also be good. Going off double jumps. Wave landing. You have like a ton of mix-ups. You can go off double jump, land back on the platform, go off double jump, land on the ground. It's just like you have to use all these mix-ups. It can't just be this every time. Because trust me, this is one of my bad habits. This is next to Falco Syndrome. Okay, and so the last one is not shine stalling. Okay, so this one's probably a little bit harder to explain because it's like there are going to be times where you die from shine stalling, but you still have to learn how to use it, right? So a lot of times, like when I watch Fox players get thrown off stage at mid and low level, I'm not saying like high mid-level Foxes or high-level Foxes, this doesn't happen. But when low-level Foxes get thrown off the stage, they kind of just jump immediately. And it's like they jump immediately and then side B, they jump back and up B. Like they mix up things, but they're not really mixing up their timings. And like timing mix-ups are super important when trying to recover. Doesn't matter if you're mixing up, if you're on an air dodge up B or side B, if your timing on your jump is the exact same every single time. So like let's see if I can like set up a decent example. Okay. So I'm gonna create a save state during this down throw. Okay. So raise your hand if you've been hit by that before. You know what I mean. I know everyone has been hit by this before, but this is just straight up a read on like you having the same jump timing every single time. Because right here it doesn't matter if you're jumping backwards or jumping forward. You just get down there right here. So this is why shine stalling can be like such a strong mix-up. You just have to be comfortable doing it. My best advice for shine stalling is to learn how to claw. And the reason why this is important is because if you claw, you can have your finger on B and your your thumb on B and your finger on Y. And the reason how this mechanic works is you can't jump out of your shine when you let go of it. So let me show you right quick. If you're just falling like this and you're trying to shine stall and jump, if you let go of your shine right here, let me see. You're in like whatever this animation is, and you can't cancel it with a jump. But you can cancel your shine with a jump as long as you're still in your shine at any point. So, and then the mix-ups you get from shine stalling is you get like a really good sweet spot as well. Well, not a really good sweet spot, but it's in my opinion a lot easier to time your sweet spot if you shine stall. So it's like, let's see if we can this can also avoid the down tilt if your sweet spot's good. See this? It can either avoid it or to make it extremely difficult for Marth or whatever character to hit this right here. And it's like I promise you, I don't see like lower mid-level Foxes go for this. Because it is scary. I get it. It is scary. Because Marth could just like, there's a number of things that Marth or any character can do to call you out. Damn, this is actually pretty hard. Well, yeah, like Marth can like read the timing, and then you can still get hit by this down air. But that's the thing about mix-ups. Like the main thing with like low and mid-level players is they just don't apply mix-ups. And that's why they become like habits, right? Because you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. But yeah. So I think that's going to be it. I hope this helps people. I'm trying to do more like mid and low level videos to help you guys, because I've been realizing how hard it is to try and get into Melee right now. It's extremely hard game, and it's like there's so many resources that I don't even know where like players will start if they're trying to get in. But I've just been asked these questions before, like what are foxes like? What are some bad habits mid-level foxes have? Stuff like that. So I thought I'd just make a video for it. That's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to like drop a comment in the section below. Let me know what type of videos you guys want to see from me in the future, because I still do tip of the week videos. This is like the tip of a few weeks. So I'm going to Genesis in a bit, so I can't put out like another video for like a few weeks. But yeah, if you have any questions about this, if I didn't explain anything clearly and you don't understand it, feel free to drop a comment in here or check my stream. I stream pretty much every single day, and I literally answer questions every single day. I don't have the biggest stream, so it's like I can pretty much answer all the chat's questions if they just have Melee questions. And my Twitch is twitch.tv/KJH/SSBM. So yeah, hit me up there, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe. Appreciate it. And I hope you guys learned something from this video. Peace.